Life is like a vast ocean, full of unpredictable currents and hidden depths. And just like setting sail on a journey, we encounter various signs along the way that guide us, caution us, and sometimes warn us of impending danger. These warning signs, often referred to as red flags, are crucial indicators that something in our lives may be amiss, signaling us to proceed with caution or perhaps change course altogether. Now imagine these red flags as the blinking lights on a dashboard of a car. It's easy to ignore them or hope they'll magically disappear. Yet much like the car's warning lights, dismissing these red flags can lead to disastrous consequences down the road. Whether they manifest as persistent feelings of dissatisfaction, recurring patterns of self-sabotage, or a sense of unease in certain situations, these red flags serve as valuable cues that demand our attention. In the hustle and bustle of everyday life, it's all too tempting to brush off these warning signs, chalking them up to mere coincidences or fleeting emotions. However, doing so is akin to sailing through stormy waters without heeding the lighthouse's beacon. It's a recipe for disaster. By acknowledging and addressing these red flags head-on, we equip ourselves with the tools necessary to navigate life's challenges with resilience and grace. So, in this exploration of red flags in ourselves, we embark on a journey of self-discovery and introspection. We peel back the layers of our experiences, uncovering hidden truths and confronting uncomfortable realities. It's a journey that requires courage, honesty, and a willingness to embrace change. But amidst the uncertainty, there lies the promise of growth, transformation, and a deeper understanding of ourselves. Join me as we delve into the realm of red flags, exploring the warning signs that we should never ignore. Together, let's navigate the seas of life with clarity, purpose, and a steadfast commitment to our own well-being. Number 1. Chronic procrastination or avoidance of important tasks, indicating underlying anxiety or fear. Trailblazers, let's delve deeper. All right, imagine you've got this looming task hanging over your head like a rain cloud on a picnic day, and instead of facing it, you're doing everything but that. You're rearranging your sock drawer, alphabetizing your spice rack, and suddenly even cleaning the grout in your bathroom seems like a more appealing option. It's like your to-do list is playing a game of hide and seek, and guess what? It's winning. But here's the thing. Procrastination is a sneaky little gremlin that thrives on fear and uncertainty. The longer you let it hang around, the more it starts to feel like that annoying house guest who just won't take the hint to leave. So imagine giving that gremlin a swift kick in the pants and saying, "Hey buddy, time to hit the road." Because once you do, you'll realize that task you've been avoiding is actually not as scary as you thought. It's like finally opening that closet you've been avoiding for months, only to find out it's just full of old sweaters and forgotten board games. So next time you catch yourself procrastinating, give yourself a little chuckle and remember, you're not alone in this battle against the procrastination monster. And hey, a little laughter might just be the secret weapon you need to conquer it once and for all. Number 2. Experiencing chronic indecision or feeling paralyzed when faced with choices, suggesting underlying anxiety or fear of failure. Certainly, let's delve deeper into number 5. Imagine you're standing at a crossroads with multiple paths stretching out before you, each leading to different destinations. You know you need to make a choice, but as you weigh your options, a wave of uncertainty washes over you. You find yourself frozen, unable to move forward, afraid that whichever path you choose will lead to disappointment or failure. This feeling of indecision isn't just about choosing between chocolate or vanilla ice cream. It's about making significant life decisions, career choices, relationships, or even where to live. It's like having a mental traffic jam, with thoughts swirling around in your head, each one vying for your attention. And here's the kicker. The longer you linger in this state of indecision, the more overwhelming it becomes. It's like being stuck in quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink. Before you know it, you're paralyzed, unable to make any decision at all. But here's the silver lining. Indecision often stems from a fear of making the wrong choice or a fear of the unknown. By recognizing this fear and acknowledging that it's okay to make mistakes, you can start to break free from its grip. Instead of viewing decisions as permanent or irreversible, see them as opportunities for growth and learning. So the next time you find yourself grappling with indecision, take a deep breath and trust yourself. Remember that life is a series of choices, and even if you stumble along the way, each decision brings you one step closer to where you're meant to be. Number 3, consistently dismissing feedback or criticism, indicating a reluctance to grow and adapt. Amazons, imagine you're on a ship navigating through uncharted waters. Along the journey, your crewmates offer valuable feedback and guidance to help you steer clear of hidden reefs and treacherous currents. But instead of heeding their advice, you brush it off, convinced that you know the best course to take. In life, feedback serves as a compass, guiding us toward personal and professional growth. It's like having a trusted advisor who points out blind spots and provides valuable insights to help us navigate challenges more effectively. However, when we consistently dismiss feedback, we're essentially sailing blind, unaware of potential dangers lurking just beneath the surface. The tendency to brush off feedback often stems from a fear of criticism or a desire to maintain our sense of superiority. We might convince ourselves that we're always right, shutting out alternative perspectives that could enrich our understanding and broaden our horizons. But here's the thing. Growth requires humility and a willingness to embrace constructive criticism. Just as a skilled sailor adjusts the sails to catch the wind, we too must be willing to adjust our course based on the feedback we receive. It's not about admitting defeat or weakness. It's about recognizing that none of us have all the answers, and there's always room to learn and improve. So the next time someone offers you feedback, whether it's a colleague, friend, or family member, pause and consider their perspective. Instead of viewing it as an attack on your character, see it as an opportunity for growth and self-reflection. By valuing the insights of others, you'll not only avoid potential pitfalls, but also chart a course towards greater success and fulfillment. Amazons, if you find value in exploring the red flags within ourselves and want to embark on a journey of self-discovery together, then I invite you to join the Unatoppable She family. Subscribe today to stay connected with a community dedicated to personal growth, resilience, and embracing life's challenges with courage and grace. Together, we'll navigate the seas of self-awareness and chart a course toward a more fulfilling and authentic existence. Join us on this transformative journey by subscribing to the Unstoppable channel now. Let's grow together. Number 4, feeling a persistent sense of emptiness or lack of fulfillment despite external achievements. Ladies, picture you're at this grand buffet of life with all sorts of dishes laid out before you, career opportunities, relationships, hobbies, you name it. But despite filling your plate with achievements and accolades, there's still this nagging feeling of hunger that just won't go away. It's like trying to satisfy your appetite with appetizers when what you really crave is the main course. Now here's where the humor comes in. It's as if life is playing a cosmic joke on you, serving up success on a silver platter, but forgetting to include the satisfaction seasoning. You find yourself thinking, hey universe, can I get a side of fulfillment with that? But in all seriousness, feeling empty or unfulfilled, despite external achievements, is like having a fancy car with no fuel in the tank. It might look impressive, but it's not going anywhere. It's like trying to quench your thirst with a mirage in the desert. No matter how much you chase it, you never quite reach satisfaction. So instead of chasing after more trophies or accolades, maybe it's time to dig a little deeper and ask yourself what truly nourishes your soul. Whether it's pursuing your passions, fostering meaningful connections, or simply taking time to savor life's little moments, fulfillment isn't found on the surface. It's discovered in the depths of your heart. So, next time you find yourself craving something more, remember to add a dash of laughter to the mix, and trust that true fulfillment is just around the corner, waiting to be savored like a perfectly seasoned dish. Number 5. Habitually sacrificing personal values or boundaries to please others or conform to societal expectations. Now, ladies, let's say you're at a bustling marketplace surrounded by vendors selling all sorts of goods. You're browsing through the stalls, and suddenly you come across a booth selling shiny, polished masks. Intrigued, you try one on. and it fits so perfectly that you decide to wear it every day. You start to blend in with the crowd, but deep down, you can't shake the feeling that something isn't quite right. Wearing masks in life is like trying to fit into a one-size-fits-all outfit. It might look good on the surface, but it's uncomfortable and restricting underneath. When we sacrifice our personal values or boundaries to please others or conform to societal expectations, we're essentially wearing these metaphorical masks, hiding our true selves behind a facade of acceptability. But here's the thing, authenticity is like a beacon in a sea of masks. It shines bright and draws others in. When we embrace our true selves, quirks and all, we attract genuine connections and meaningful relationships. It's like finding your tribe in a crowded room, where you can be your authentic self without fear of judgment or rejection. So, the next time you feel tempted to put on a mask to fit in or please others, remember that true happiness and fulfillment come from embracing who you are, unapologetically. Peel off those layers of pretense and let your authentic self shine through like a beacon of light in the darkness. For it's not in blending in that we find belonging, but in standing out as our true, unique selves. Number 6, finding yourself in a cycle of self-sabotage, where success is often followed by unexpected setbacks. Ladies, let's say you're on this wild roller coaster called life, and just when you think you've reached the peak of success, suddenly you hit a loop-de-loop and find yourself plummeting back down to earth. You're left scratching your head, wondering what went wrong, and then it hits you. You've been playing a game of self-sabotage, and it's time to put down the sabotage manual and pick up the self-help guide instead. Self-sabotage is like being your own worst enemy, sabotaging your chances of success with a well-timed banana peel on the path to victory. It's like planting landmines in your own garden and wondering why nothing ever grows. But here's the punchline. Self-sabotage often sneaks up on us when we least expect it, like that surprise plot twist in a movie you thought you had all figured out. We might procrastinate on important tasks, procrastinate until it's too late, or even sabotage our relationships, because deep down, we don't feel worthy of love and success. So, instead of letting self-sabotage hijack your journey, why not turn it into a comedy of errors? Laugh at the absurdity of your own antics, and then roll up your sleeves and get to work dismantling those self-destructive habits. After all, life's too short for self-sabotage. Let's save the drama for the movies and embrace success with open arms and a hearty dose of humor. Number 7. Rationalizing or justifying toxic relationships or behaviors instead of prioritizing your well-being. Now you're navigating through the intricate maze of your emotions, trying to find your way to the other side. Along the journey, you encounter twists and turns, highs and lows, but no matter how hard you try, you can't seem to find your emotional compass. It's like trying to decipher a map written in a language you don't understand. Feeling disconnected from your emotions is like trying to play a song without the sheet music. You're just going through the motions without truly experiencing the melody of life. It's like trying to paint a masterpiece with colors you can't see, leaving your canvas blank and your soul unfulfilled. But here's the thing. Emotions are the colors of our inner landscape, painting the picture of our human experience. When we disconnect from them, we miss out on the full spectrum of life's hues, the joy of laughter, the warmth of love, the bitter sweetness of nostalgia. It's like watching a movie in black and white when it was meant to be seen in Technicolor. So instead of avoiding or suppressing your emotions, why not embrace them with open arms? Dive into the deep end of the emotional pool, even if it feels overwhelming at first. Allow yourself to feel the full range of emotions, from the highest highs to the lowest lows, knowing that each one is a brushstroke in the masterpiece of your life. And remember, it's okay to ask for help if you're feeling lost or overwhelmed. Just like a guide through the maze, a trusted friend or therapist can offer support and guidance as you navigate the twists and turns of your emotional landscape. So let's paint with all the colors of the emotional rainbow and create a masterpiece worthy of the human experience. Number 8. Engaging in escapist behaviors such as binge-watching or substance abuse to avoid facing reality. Engaging in escapist behaviors is like pressing the snooze button on life's alarm clock. You might get a few extra minutes of sleep, but eventually, reality comes knocking, and you're left scrambling to catch up. It's like trying to run away from your own shadow. You can't escape it, no matter how fast you go. When we turn to escapism, whether it's binge-watching TV shows, scrolling endlessly through social media, or numbing our emotions with substances, we're essentially hitting the pause button on our lives. We're choosing temporary relief over long-term fulfillment, opting for a quick fix instead of addressing the underlying issues that are causing us to seek escape in the first place. But here's the reality check. Escapism is like using a band-aid to cover a gaping wound. It might provide temporary relief, but it doesn't address the root cause of the pain. In fact, it often makes things worse in the long run, as we become more disconnected from ourselves and the world around us. So, instead of escaping from reality, why not face it head-on? Dive into the depths of your emotions, even the uncomfortable ones, knowing that they hold the keys to your growth and healing. Seek out healthy coping mechanisms like mindfulness, exercise, or creative expression that allow you to engage with life fully rather than checking out from it. And remember, it's okay to seek support if you're struggling to break free from the cycle of escapism. Whether it's therapy, support groups, or talking to a trusted friend, reaching out is the first step toward reclaiming your power and embracing life with open arms. So, let's ditch the escapism and dive into the richness and complexity of the present moment where true fulfillment and joy await. Number 9. Feeling a disconnect between your actions and your true desires or passions, indicating a need for self-reflection and alignment. Yeah, Amazons, imagine you're at this grand circus called life, juggling all sorts of responsibilities, relationships, and obligations. But instead of tossing those juggling balls with finesse, you're dropping them left and right like a clumsy clown in oversized shoes. You're struggling to maintain balance, and suddenly, you realize you've been trying to juggle chainsaws instead of rubber balls. Maintaining healthy boundaries in relationships is like setting up a velvet rope around your personal space. It's there to protect you from getting trampled by the crowd. But sometimes, instead of a velvet rope, we end up with a flimsy string, easily broken by others' demands or our own reluctance to say no. It's like trying to build a fortress out of toothpicks, pretty ineffective and prone to collapse at any moment. But here's the punchline. When we neglect our boundaries, we're essentially inviting others to treat us like a doormat, stepping all over us without a second thought. It's like hanging a sign on your back that says, "Free for all, please take advantage." And let's face it, being a doormat might be good for wiping your feet, but it's not exactly great for your self-esteem. So instead of being the punchline in life's joke, why not take control of the narrative? Set clear boundaries and communicate them with confidence, like a bouncer at an exclusive nightclub, firm but fair. And if someone tries to push past those boundaries, don't be afraid to show them the door with a polite but firm, "Sorry, VIP access only." Remember, it's okay to prioritize your well-being and say no to things that don't align with your values or goals. And who knows, maybe by setting boundaries you'll discover a newfound respect from others and even earn yourself a few extra laughs along the way. After all, life's too short to be the punchline. Let's rewrite the script and take center stage instead. In conclusion, paying attention to the red flags in ourselves is not just about avoiding pitfalls or sidestepping obstacles. It's about embracing the opportunity for growth and self-improvement. By acknowledging these warning signs and taking proactive steps to address them, we empower ourselves to live more authentic, fulfilling lives. So let's embrace the wisdom gleaned from our experiences, using it as a compass to navigate the twists and turns of life's ever-unfolding path. And as we continue forward, may we approach each red flag with courage, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to our own growth and well-being. Here's to a future illuminated by the light of self-awareness, where the red flags we encounter serve not as obstacles but as signposts guiding us toward a brighter, more authentic existence. Stay safe, Queens. See you in our next one.